considered middle-aged? Is 33 middle-aged? Did you miss me? Hello, beautiful people. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. I have vlogs coming out, but I wanted to give you guys an update because I feel like my vlogs probably won't make sense if you don't know where the hell I've been. So I decided to film this before I start uploading other shit. This video is sponsored by UNiceHair. That is where this wig came from. I actually don't have any glue or anything on. It already came plucked. It already came cut. I didn't have to do anything. You see this? I can just pull this wig off if I want to. So while I'm giving you guys my update, we're going to be installing this wig, and all of the links to this wig will be in my description box if you want to be able to have a wig that comes already cut, already plucked, and you just got to put it on your goddamn head. So let's get into this video. First of all, I am going to give this wig company props for the fact that this wig cap is small enough to where I do not have to glue it down if I don't want to. And I'm actually not going to. Now, if I wanted to do like a little side part, I would. Like if I wanted to like part it and do it this way, I absolutely would, because on the sides you can tell that they're not tacked down. But when I do a middle part like this, as long as I ain't trying to, go like that, you'll never know that this is not glued down. And if I want to make it even tighter to where it doesn't move at all, I can do that. This is like the kinky straight hair. It's not like silky straight. I look like Shaka Khan, and I mean that in the best way possible. So my plan is to like lay the wig down and then do wand curls. I haven't done wand curls since I was like in high school, but let's just see what it looks like. All right, so let's get into what you guys are here for. What's going on with my life? I'm gonna jump into the juiciest thing first, which is the fact that I have quit yet another job. And you guys are probably gonna be like, Ayana, what the fuck? Because just a few months ago, I posted a video of me like getting dressed for like a job interview for the job that I hold currently. Well, not currently, because I quit that job already. But the last job that I had, I was like, I really hope that I get this job, y'all. Is this appropriate for the job interview? Like, I really was excited about this job. So I'm gonna tell you guys like all the tea and why I decided to quit that job. I thought long and hard before I did this video because I was trying to figure out if I wanted to, first of all, I'm trying to figure out if I want to straighten this hair or if I want to leave it like this. I kind of like this. Okay, whatever. I was sitting here thinking about if I wanted it to be very precise with what I'm telling you guys, like in terms of like numbers and whatnot. But I feel like a part of my channel, me being like authentically me, is because I do let y'all know like real shit. Like, this is what's going on in my life. This is what I was getting paid. This is why I left. Like, I really like to give y'all like real life. I don't like to bullshit y'all, so to speak. And I feel like people come on here and they're super vague, and then it's just like, yes, you can share what you want to share and not share what you want to share, but at some point it's just like, why are you a YouTuber if you aren't being real about your life? I don't know, that's my opinion. But anyway, so I'm pretty positive that mostly everybody that's on this channel absolutely knows what I do for a living, which is basically aesthetic sales. Oh wait, do I want a side part? I think I do want a side part. But yeah, anyway, everybody who watches this channel pretty much knows that I am in aesthetic sales. And when I first got into aesthetic sales, I was doing like plastic surgery sales. Like, I sell lipo, I sell BBLs, like all that good stuff. It was surgical sales. However, the company that I was working for, I found to be very, very, very toxic, right? So it got to a point where literally I was going to work and I was crying every time I would go to work. Like, I would go in the bathroom at work and cry. I would come home from work and tell Amy like how terrible my day was, how I just didn't see it in the cards for me to be there much longer. And I had been there for a couple years. So Amy was like, well, you just need to quit. So I did quit, but I quit without a backup plan. So I went without working for a few months, which was fine. It wasn't that big of a deal, but I'm used to like making my own money. And to be honest, I was kind of going through a depression at that time. So it wasn't even like I was making money from YouTube or TikTok or Instagram because I wasn't posting. If y'all follow me, y'all know I don't post on Instagram anyway. So that's already like not a money maker for me. But I wasn't posting on TikTok either. I'm going to straighten one side of my hair and do wand curls on the other because I absolutely cannot figure out how I want to do my hair. So I had been like looking for aesthetic sales jobs, and there was a lot of like dental places that were hiring, but I did not see a lot of like plastic surgery places hiring. And I really didn't want to go into the world of dental, but that looked like that was the only place that was hiring. So I ended up finding this place that I had started working at, and it's different. It's kind of like a med spa setting where they do like laser hair removal, but it was close enough. It was closer to me than dental. So I was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and apply to that. I applied to it. I had like 3 interviews with the company. And when I did my interviews with the company and we started talking about pay, the base pay that they were offering was like extremely low. And when I say low, I mean like lower than industry standard. Like, there are some places that will lowball you when it comes to like the base pay, but this was like not even a livable wage. So I was super ready to turn it down, but their commission structure was better than my previous job. And when I say structure, I just mean like the percentage. So I was very transparent with them in terms of how much I was making in commission at my previous job. My previous job, all of my commission checks were 5 figures. So that's what I'm used to. And they had a pretty decent base too. But of course, most of my money came from my commission. I make 5 figures in commission on my previous job. So I will say that I'm not going to make it like a long drawn out story why I quit, but I do ultimately feel a tad bit misled into what the earning potential was at this specific company. The clinic that I was running would have had to pull in 3 times the numbers, quadruple times the numbers that it was pulling in order for me to be anywhere near in the ballpark of what I was making at my previous job. On top of that, my clinic was very far. Like, if you live in Atlanta, my clinic was like south, like McDonough South. So, and I live in Midtown, like in the city. So I'm driving 30, 40 minutes to work every day, which, like I said, if I was making the amount of money I was making in my last job, I wouldn't have cared, but I wasn't making that. So it wasn't worth it to me to be driving that far out every day and then still not making pretty much nothing. When I tell you like I didn't even tell y'all, the base pay was $40,000. $40,000 in base, and then the rest of it was supposed to be for your commission. But my commission was not making up for the very low base. The commission was only 4 figures. And when I say 4 figures, I mean like low 4 figures. I don't even mean like 4 figures like 9,999. No, I mean 4 figures like low 4 figures. And then when I got my first commission check, I was like, okay, maybe this is just because this is my first month here, but I was one of the top performers in my region last month. So it still doesn't make no sense, but I'm still going to give this place, one more chance because, okay, maybe this is just because it's my first month. And I told Amy, I was like, look, if this job, sorry y'all, I was like, if my check is like this again next month, oh, I can't do this. I cannot do this. And so Amy was like, okay, well then quit if it ain't like that. The next month, and this is when I did real good. I was like, okay, I did real good. My commission check should be this. Nope. commission check was still low as hell. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, this is not for me. As much as this was kind of a dream job on paper, the hours were fantastic. It was pretty much 8:30 to 6 on a couple of days a week. And then the other couple of days a week, it was, you can go into work at like 12:30. Like, you are allowed to go into work late. So I had never had that before. Most of the places that I work, it don't matter if you don't got nothing to do. If you did all your work, you got to be in that bitch all fucking day. So I did really appreciate the schedule. I commend them on that they really do try their best to have a work-life balance, but they don't pay enough for the amount of work that they require. So on top of like you selling to everybody, doing all the consultations, you also are the manager of the clinic. So you are scheduling everybody, approving time off requests, handling client grievances. If anybody in your clinic is arguing with you, like, you're the manager. You are the manager, and you're also selling. So like, it just was, y'all are expecting people to do this for 40K and low commission? No. So I think I was there for a total of like 3 or 4 months. I really was kind of sad that job didn't work out, because like I said, it was my dream job on paper in terms of the hours, in terms of like the work culture. I loved my staff. I loved like all the other managers that I got to work with. Like, I had a great time at that place. They just honestly was not paying enough. And on top of that, I mean, it's a little bit more to it than that. They were a little bit unorganized when it came to getting coverage. Like, if a nurse were to call out and they couldn't do the laser hair removal for clients, there was never any coverage. I had to cancel clients every 5 minutes and deal with angry clients that was getting canceled every 5 minutes. So I feel like a lot of my time, when I should have been focused on selling, I couldn't focus on selling because I was focused on putting fires out, so to speak. So I was like, yeah, this isn't for me long term. So I ended up quitting. But before I quit, I was able to secure another job. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do Amy like that and quit a job all over again and not have no fucking backup plan. And I'm just sitting in the house looking like a bum. So I did secure another job. Now, this really is a dream job. It really is. So basically, I do the same thing as I did at my first job, where I'm selling plastic surgery, but I am a traveler for the company, for the East Coast. So basically, I travel for work. I work Monday to Friday only. So I would fly out Monday, fly back home Friday. I'm home Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I would fly back out on Monday. And then every 5 weeks, I'm off for 1 full week. So this is perfect. This actually is a dream job. I travel for work. Y'all know I love to travel anyway, so I'm getting my points. I'm back to doing plastic surgery, which is what I miss doing. I'm back to the commission that I make here is crazy. The commission that I make is actually even higher than the first plastic surgery place that I worked at. So your checks commission checks are usually 5 figures, but like high 5 figures. Like, I would say honestly, even though my first job I made 5-figure commission checks, they were like low 5 figures. This is actually like high 5 figures. So that's what's going on work-wise. I have a new job, and so far I fucking love it. I love the culture. I love the money I'm making. Like, I love my new job so far. So all right, so second thing is apartments. You guys will see in my upcoming vlogs the apartment that I'm looking at, but I know last year I told y'all that me and Amy was moving out of this apartment, but we really are. We are really moving out of this apartment. We had put our notice in. Remember I told y'all last time they raised our rent, like, I don't even know if it's illegal how much they fucking raised our rent last time, but they raised our rent, and then they had came back with a lower amount and was like, hey, we can do it for this price instead of this price. So we had ended up staying. This time, there was literally nothing the leasing office could do to get us to keep our lease. The apartment that we live in right now literally is like, they keep raising the rent here, but nothing else is getting raised. Like, nothing, like no quality of life to live here. It's like The quality is going down. Even like the type of resident that they're like starting to approve to come in here, you can tell that they have no like quality control check. The hallways smell like weed now. And I have nothing against weed smokers, nothing at all. I just don't want the hallway. I just don't want to get off my elevator and the first thing I smell when I get off the elevator is weed. Especially as a person who doesn't smoke. That shit is like so unattractive to me that it's like a put off that I'm paying this much in fucking rent and I'm getting off the elevator and the first thing I smell when I get off my fucking elevator is weed. I do not like that. I will honestly say that the crowd here is also getting younger and younger. There's a lot of like, I didn't know this until like my niece started saying something to me. She was like, you have like a lot of TikTokers who live in here. And I was like, well, who's a TikToker? She was pointing like left and right to like all these like young like people on TikTok that do like pranks all the time. Like it's a very young crowd here. And as I get older, I just don't, the crowd is like not for me anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like I said, this is like not against anybody who lives in here. It's just that, I don't know, like I'm 33, I'll be 34 this year. And I would prefer to be in a building where there's more people that are like middle-aged like me. Am I considered middle-aged? Is 33 middle-aged? But yeah, Amy and I have probably looked at every single apartment that Atlanta has to offer. I am not lying to you. Every single fucking apartment in Midtown and in Buckhead in Atlanta we have looked at. You'll see it on like my upcoming vlog. I'm gonna show you, I'll like show you guys. You'll probably go apartment hunting with me on that vlog. It's gonna be the video that comes out after this one. But yeah, we have looked at every single apartment. We literally have 2 weeks to move out of this apartment. We have not applied for, picked an apartment, none of that. We have not picked an apartment and we have to be out of here in like 14 days. So please, please, please curse me out and tell me how much I'm a procrastinator, because I know I am. It's just so hard to find a balance because first of all, these apartments are basically smoking dick for what they're asking people to pay and like what they're offering. So like, I'm gonna give you like some examples. There's an apartment that's literally directly next door to where me and Amy live. And when I say directly next door, there's no building in between us. It's our building. You walk next door, it's that building. They literally just built this building. So that one was gonna be the most ideal because we literally was gonna be able for like a full week to filter our stuff. Hold on, let me wash my hands. So we literally were gonna be able to filter our stuff into that apartment without any issues because it's directly next door. Like I can literally empty a room and then take it next door and we could just do that all day instead of like having to like pack up like boxes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it just would have been so much easier. And the units is gorgeous. The units are gorgeous. Like the one of the 2 bedrooms that I looked at, I was ready to apply to that shit today. Like, well, not today, but the day that I saw it. So then when we leave, Amy was like, hey, oh, you forgot to ask them like how guest parking works. So I called them and I was like, hey, how does guest parking work? But I'm so sorry, I forgot to ask you that. I'm thinking it's just gonna be like a quick, like little question real quick. Like, hey, how does guest parking work? And he was like, oh, we don't have guest parking right now, but we understand that guest parking is an issue. So we have decided, so we're trying to work on a solution for that now. And I'm just like, I was like, oh, okay, thank you. But in my head, I'm just like, what do you mean you're working on a solution? The building is built. The parking garage was built and y'all built it without guest parking in mind. And I live on a street where there is no street parking. So when I have guests, where are they parking? They can't park anywhere. They can't park on the street. They can't park in our parking garage. They cannot park anywhere. So I'm just so confused as to what the hell my guests are supposed to do when they come over. And Amy was turned off from the apartment from that point because she was like, she feels like, and y'all can let me know if y'all agree with Amy. I didn't think it was like that, but Amy was like, I feel like that was purposely, he purposely left that out of the tour, that they don't have guest parking. She was like, every apartment that we went to, the first thing that they talk about, one of the first things they talk about when they showing you like amenities and stuff is how the parking works. She was like, so I was actually kind of surprised that he left it out. So when we asked and he was like, oh yeah, we don't have it. She was like, I feel like he left it out on purpose. And we was about to apply to that apartment and he wasn't gonna say shit about there being no guest parking. Tell me if you like straight. Wait, this ain't straight. What the hell? Tell me if you like straight or if you like curly. I like the curly, so I'm gonna curl the rest of it. If you like straight, you can still tell me in the comments, but the shit's about to be curled. Oh, and I know I told, but this is what the wig looks like up close. It's already like plucked and shit. So you don't have to worry about nothing but putting it on your head. Another thing was, since they were just built, their amenities, forgot how to do it this way. Another thing is, since they were just built, their amenities are, oh, I don't know how to wand curl this way. And this is so annoying. So their amenities are not open yet. So we're paying thousands of dollars in rent. The amenities are not open yet, and y'all don't have a date for when they're gonna be open. It's just kind of like, oh, well, it should be open by this day, or it should be open by this day, or it should be open by this day. And it's just like, okay, but you don't have a definitive date. Amenities are not done. So are we living through construction? Like what is going on? I really would have loved to live there, but at the end of the day, like, I'm not about to live nowhere where if I want to have somebody over, they don't have, I have to figure out how the fuck they gonna park, or they gotta pay to take an Uber or something like that. And then on top of that, none of the amenities are ready. I can't use the dog park right now. I can't use the pool right now. I can't use the sauna that you guys have right now. I can't use shit. So what am I paying for? It would be different if they said, oh, we're gonna take the amenity, you don't have to pay any of the amenity fees until the amenities are open. No, you still gotta pay them fucking fees. So no, thank you. So another apartment that I had actually fell in love with, and it's another one that I was like, dang, I would apply for this shit today. They took us around the apartment, loved the apartment. They took us around the apartment, bomb amenities. Again, it's literally like kind of like 1 block away from where we live now. So it's still in the area where Amy can like drive to work or like ride her bike to work or whatever. So it was perfect in that aspect. But we get there, they showing us all the amenities and we're like, oh, do you guys have a dog park? And they're like, no, we don't have a dog park. Okay. Not completely a deal breaker. Do you guys have a dog spa so that we can like wash our dog? Especially because we're going to be taking our dog all over Midtown since you guys don't have a dog park. And they were like, no, we don't have a dog spa. Do you guys have any dog amenities? No, we don't. How the hell are you in an apartment in the middle of Midtown where literally everybody has a fucking dog and y'all did not get no dog amenities? This is another building that's brand new. They just fucking opened. So I just feel like these new apartments that are opening up, they're like dropping the ball on everything. You don't have no dog amenities. You ain't got no parking. Y'all ain't got shit. What did y'all open for? I hate curling this side of my hair. It don't ever turn out right. And honestly, for the rest of the apartments, I just feel like they kind of just lost their minds in terms of like pricing. Like I'm not, this apartment that I fucking fell in love with, I asked him, I'm like, oh, what's the pricing on this? He was like, oh, $5,600. $56. And then I really wanted to say I just was like, oh, okay. And I really wanted to say for this area. And it's not that I'm tripping off of the 56. I did a video for how much me and Amy paying rent to live in Midtown. And it ain't too far off. It ain't 56. It's not. But it's a pretty penny, and it's what most people would not pay for rent. But the area that he was in, I was like, 56. I would think over here, y'all not in like the midst of Midtown. I mean, you're still technically in Midtown, but you're far away from everything. Like I can't walk to Dunkin'. There's no like restaurants over here that I can go to. Like, yeah, y'all are technically in Midtown, but you're not walking distance to anything. So why the fuck are you charging $5,600 to live over here? I'm confused, but whatever. Can somebody please tell me how to wand my hair properly? This is so annoying. Why does it keep sliding down to the bottom? So yeah, that's it for apartments right now. Because like I said in my vlog, you guys are going to see me go apartment shopping. The last thing that I am going to discuss with you guys is my daughter niece. Because so many of you guys, y'all really like, I fuck with y'all. Y'all really care about my niece. It's not just like nosiness. Like some of the messages that I get and the encouragement that I get from her, y'all really do care about the well-being of my niece. And I really appreciate that. But just to kind of give you guys a little update on her, she is officially in the Navy. She passed her drug test. That was the big thing in my last vlog, that she was not passing the drug test because she smokes trees. I've never seen her smoke trees. She never smoked trees in my house. She was doing it back at home in North Carolina, but it took a while for it to clear out of her system when she came to Atlanta, and my mom was trying to get her into the Navy program. So she kept taking the test, kept drinking water to flush her system out, and she finally passed the test. So she has officially been shipped off. I am very sad. My mother actually just texted me an app today where I can write her and talk to her because she no longer has a cell phone. But I am proud of her. She said she was gonna come out here and do what the hell she needed to do, which was get ready. She said she was gonna come out here and do what the hell she needed to do in terms of being in the Navy and getting her shit together, and that's exactly what she did. She came out here and did exactly what she said she was going to do. She picked her profession. Her profession is culinary, so that is what she's doing in the Navy, and she's doing culinary. Also, if anybody cares, I know I spoke about this before too, but I am also still actively in the middle of trying to lose more weight. It is not easy. My weight goes up and down. I have gained some of my weight back, but I got on the scale today and I'm losing some of it again. my weight is just so up and down. I think it's probably from depression and anxiety that I deal with 24/7, but I'm nowhere near where I was when I had gained a bunch of weight. So I'm a work in progress. These are my wand curls. I do have questions though, because I need ideas from you guys. So since I'll be traveling so much and not in the city of Atlanta as much, and I'll be by myself, because of course I'm not traveling with Amy, what kind of videos can I do? So my first couple of assignments, I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I think I am gonna glue this down because it's like moving around. So my first couple of assignments are actually Austin, Texas, and then Detroit. So I am not home Monday to Friday. So the normal, oh, I'm going to get my nails done, or oh, Amy and I are going on a date. Those videos are probably gonna be far and few between now because I'm going to never be home. But if anybody has any ideas on things on the type of videos that I can do while I'm out of the state and not in Atlanta, please let me know in the comments, because that will be my reality in the next few days. All right, well, that is my update on my life before I start uploading vlogs. Anytime I take I don't even care if it's 4 weeks off. Anytime I have a long period of time before I upload my next video, I like to do these life updates so that you guys can see what I've been up to in terms of why I've been away for so long. But now you know it's because I've been transitioning jobs. I really want to say that I appreciate when you guys don't get upset when I don't post for 3 or 4 weeks, because I really truly wish that why am I getting emotional? I'm about to cry. I'm on my period. I really, really wish that I was one of those influencers where I get full joy and fulfillment from just being a content creator, but I am not. And I'm not saying that I will never be, but I am not there. Even when I was making hella money on YouTube, hella money on my other socials, even when this was very lucrative for me, it was just something that always felt like it was missing. I was still depressed. So I just personally am not, I was going to do a TikTok video on this, but I am just personally not a person that is fulfilled fully from being a content creator 100% of the time. That's not me. And I'm not saying it will never be. Maybe one day I will feel damn, the bug has bit me. I really do love influencing 24/7. But that's just not me. I feel like I feel like in order for me to remain happy, I have to work. I have to have some type of job outside of influencing. So thank you guys for bearing with me. I am so excited to jump back into vlogs. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Bye.
Yeah.